To start a new analysis begins with the same mess. A seller hands over a disorganized mix of tax returns, QuickBooks exports, and handwritten equipment lists, leaving you to spend hours organizing it before the real work even begins. Manually extracting that data, normalizing the formatting, and building a seller's discretionary earnings reconstruction from scratch consumes massive amounts of time, and the quality of the output often depends on how busy you are that week. The FGN Financial Analysis Pipeline replaces that manual workflow entirely. It ingests those disorganized files and automatically generates a buyer-ready deal package and pre-populated seller information memorandum sections. By offloading the data entry and initial analysis to the system, you get your hours back to focus on market positioning, advising your seller, and actually closing the deal. To start a new analysis, simply drag and drop the raw seller files directly into this upload zone. The system auto-detects the file types. It extracts readable text from the PDFs and pulls structured data straight from Excel files, like QuickBooks exports. It even reads handwritten text. Scanned images run through optical character recognition, converting messy physical notes into clean, usable data. This entire extraction and normalization process takes about 4 minutes from start to finish. This standardized intake ensures every deal receives the same baseline rigor, regardless of how disorganized the source documents were when the seller handed them over. Now that the data is processed, let's review the financial overview dashboard to assess the top-line health of the business. This summary strip gives you an immediate status update. At a glance, you can see how many documents are processed, any active risk flags, and identified data gaps that need your attention. Moving down to the key financial metrics, you can establish the core size and growth trajectory of the listing, like this business showing $3.18 million in total revenue and $418,000 in SDE. This SDE margin card highlights the 13.1% margin and automatically benchmarks it against the 15 to 18% industry average, instantly revealing an operational gap. Surfacing that gap immediately gives you a compelling narrative for buyer upside. You can position the business as having clear room for margin improvement without doing any manual benchmark research yourself. Next, click into the Detailed Analysis tab to verify exactly how the system calculated that final SDE number. This is the seller's discretionary earnings reconstruction table. It details the standard add-backs bridging net income to SDE, categorizing items like the owner's salary, family health insurance, and vehicle expenses with clear source notes. On the right, this line graph displays the monthly cash flow pattern. Always review this to understand the business's seasonal fluctuations. Here, the system mapped out classic HVAC seasonality, plotting a distinct revenue peak between June and August, and a sharp cash flow trough in January and February. By identifying that seasonal dip automatically, you can preemptively advise your buyers to model a working capital reserve for the first quarter, building trust right out of the gate. Before preparing the final package, switch to the Risk Flags tab to identify potential deal killers. The system automatically cross-references the total owner benefit against Department of Labor benchmarks. Here, it generated a high-severity flag indicating a material normalization is required for the owner's compensation. Scroll down to check the Missing Data section, so you can proactively request missing items like the Accounts Receivable Aging Report from the seller. Finally, open the Deal Package tab. The system has already used the validated financial data to write out the core sections of your seller information memorandum. The green tags indicate sections that are fully ready for your review. The orange draft tag on growth opportunities points out exactly where your specific market context and broker expertise are still needed to complete the narrative. Below that, the dashboard functions as a practice management tool, tracking the processing status and valuation multiples of all your active deals in one place. Addressing risks up front and letting the system draft the data-heavy sections ensures you generate a professional, data-driven listing every single time. In just a few minutes, raw, disorganized documents were transformed into a full SDE reconstruction, an industry benchmarked risk assessment, and a pre-populated SIM. From here, you can export the completed package as a PDF for your listing materials, or generate a secure link to share the analysis directly with qualified buyers. Implementing this pipeline as the foundation for every listing guarantees maximum diligence for your buyers and gives you back the leverage to grow your practice.